it's Louise with Louise Making Art, and welcome to my channel. Today, this is hopefully going to be the Benevolence Helene Hurricane Relief collaboration and auction piece I'm creating. This is a 15-inch Lazy Susan from Ikea that I've prepped with varnish. Actually, I prepped the top, the sides, and the bottom this time because I can't afford to have anything go sideways, and I have only 9 days to go from start to finish in resin this, and so I am up against a wall. I may not be able to resin it, but we'll see. So, what I've got for my colors, I'm leading off with Benevolence, but before that, let's start with this. I'm going to dive right in because I'm going to be under constraint for time. So I'm going to start out with, this is my Multi-Pro 47-3110, and get some of this down. So due to limited time in this collaboration, I'm going to fast forward in sections and also skip some parts, but you won't miss a thing. So now colors. I've got my Benevolence. Now this color is available on the Fluidart company, and $5 of the sale of this product is going to go to the Hurricane Helene Relief Fund. And let's get some of this laid down, hopefully right in the middle or pretty close to it. And I'm going to lay down a lot of this. I'm adding a link above to the Direct Relief Fund if you'd like to donate yourself. And interestingly, my observation on this color is that while it looks very deep turquoisey here, it actually ends up showing up blue, which is like to my surprise. And from my color point of view, it's as if Golden's Payne's gray and Amsterdam's greenish blue got together and had a sparkly baby. Next color is Amsterdam Sky Blue Light. I'm going to sprinkle this in here. So in the interest of time, I'm going to speed up it about 3 times here as I lay down the colors, and I'll call out the colors as we go. So this is the Sky Blue Light. The next color I'm going to grab is one of the familiars, the gold combination, which is the DecoArt 24 karat gold combined with Golden's iridescent gold. And I love these two together because I got the bling of the DecoArt and the lovely subtle color of the golden. This here is TLP Zeus, combined with quinacridone Nicolazo Gold by Golden, and I know it's no longer in service, but I still have a bunch. Here we've got my Payne's Gray combination, which is a combination with Arteza and Golden. The Arteza brings the gray side, and the Golden brings the dark, deep blue. And together, I love the way these two work together. So now to the cell activator. Cell activator. This is my Australian Floetrol cell activator recipe. It's a little bit on the thicker side because I like it a little thicker. It's about 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint. So this is my titanium white. This is my oxide black. What I've got here, I'm going to be blowing it out with my hairdryer. So initially I'm going to blow it out with my mouth a little bit just to get it to spread, and then I'm going to hit it behind with the hairdryer on cool and high. Here's the white. Probably a couple dabbles of white. You don't need much. And the black. Blow it out. Hairdryer. So I'm going to voice over here while I blow this out on regular speed at low volume. I want to give a shout out first and foremost to Nate Bright from Nate Bright Art, who is the brainchild of this entire collaboration. He came up with this whole idea and organized 40 of us together to make this happen. Of course, I want to thank Billy at the Fluidart Company for sponsoring us and providing Benevolence as part of the fundraiser. And I also want to thank Karen from Waterfall Acrylics for all that she's done in terms of IT, organizing the files into one folder, and putting us all together into one collaborative group. Now, if you've been watching me, you know I don't ever get all the way to the edge. Never do that. Because the paint is going to do that. The spinning is going to take care of that. And let's pull the paint out. Let the paint know where I want it to go. I'll skip past through some of this. Let's give it a very slow spin to begin with. Very slow, see where we are. So I had the composition pretty much there. So as we go through, I'm just going to be voicing over probably and cutting out some of the spinning because you don't need to see all the spinning. All I'm doing is slowly stretching this to the edges. Need this to stretch. So one of the things that you may not have noticed that I haven't covered is I'm very subtly moving the Lazy Susan on the spinner from one side or another, depending on how I want the composition to flow. You'll see me move it toward where the white space is to get the composition to flow in that direction. That was way too fast. I need it to go this way. And that way some more. I keep cheating it. If I have a little negative space, that's fine. I can play with it too. I can use the palette knife to do a couple plays. I would like it to spread out a little more over here. Keep going a little more cattywampus so that I get the direction I want it to go in. And it's getting there. Just gotta be patient. Not the most even blowout I've ever had. This thing is a little off kilter now because it's so far off in one direction. But that's okay. It won't be here for very long. All right, I still need a spin. I do need a spin because I know I have too much paint in the middle. Let's take a look. Oh, not too bad. But let's do a little palette knife. I am cattywampus, as you can tell by the spinner going off on its own. Just gonna bring some it takes up that space a little bit. So let's just give it another little spin. All right. All right, now that I'm looking at it, it's actually pretty good. I'm just focusing on the small stuff. So while I have a quiet moment here, I am going to say, please look in the description because this is the 4th day on this collaboration of 40 artists. I will have the links to all the playlists in the description. Plus, I'm going to mention November 3rd, this Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the live auction. All right, let's check the depth again. I'm gonna give it another, probably at least one more spin, if not more. Get the excess off. Yeah, seeing how I have such a tight window to get this created and resined, I really wanted to make sure I had all the excess paint off. The more paint I get off, the less chance for any problem and the less paint that has to dry. I gotta spin it some more. I had that much on there. It's too much. So especially if you're new here and haven't seen me create one of these before, you'll notice that there's hardly any effort put into the initial creation, the laying down the paint, the blowing it out. Most of the time is spent in the spinning process and getting the composition on the way I want it to. See, it all came to the end anyway. So I'm definitely spinning more than I normally would because I really want to make sure I get enough paint off. Okay, we're probably pretty close to done. Still a little more than I would normally want to go with. I think I'm just going to let it go. Clean up the bottom. Put this thing to bed. So I will be back with a overview of this in the wet state. So that's a wrap, everyone. Here are the wet results, and then within 9 days, I actually got this resined, which is a record for me. I was very careful with the temperature control in my room and making sure that this did not have any problems with drying. So please check out my description for the other 40 artists that are in this collaboration, and also stay aware of when I post things announcing information about the live auction that's going to happen this Sunday, November 3rd, starting at 1 p.m. We'd really love to have your support. This is a near and dear to my heart endeavor, and please, I would really appreciate your support as everyone in the affected areas do. So with this creation, there will be a part 2. I will be showing you the actual resining process and the tape removal and finishing on the next video I have posted. So please stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to me, please subscribe. And please check out all the other artists in this collaboration. It is amazing what art can do to bring people together and support each other. Thank you so much. Until next time, everybody, take care.